Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of a Major League Baseball game. Today's game is going to feature the San Diego Padres versus the San Francisco Giants. And we are bringing you today the call of all the action. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Today, we're going to bring you the starting lineups, and first of all, from the visitors, the San Diego Padres. Leading off and playing in right field wearing number 10 is Jurickson Profar. Batting second and playing shortstop wearing number 23 is Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting third and playing third base wearing number 13 is Manny Machado. In the cleanup spot and playing second base is number 12, Adam Frazier. Batting fifth in left field wearing number 28 is Tommy Pham. Batting sixth and playing first base wearing number 30 is Eric Hosmer. Batting seventh and doing the catching wearing number 26 is Austin Nola. Batting eighth and in center field wearing number 2 is Trent Grisham. And batting ninth is doing the pitching is number 36, Pierce Johnson. And they'll be facing the right-hander and the ace of the San Francisco Giants staff, number 34, Kevin Gausman. Gausman is searching for his 15th win on the season. He is 14-5, and he has a 2.65 earned run average. And we will bring you the starting lineup for the Giants before they come up to bat. Defensively around the horn for the Giants this afternoon, in right field from left to right, the left fielder is Darren Ruff. The center fielder is Chris Bryant. The right fielder is Lamont Wade Jr. Around the horn from first to third, it's Brandon Belt at first. The baseman is Wilmer Flores. The shortstop is Brandon Crawford, and Evan Longoria holds down the hot corner at third. The battery, of course, is Kevin Gausman, and the catcher is Kurt Casale. And we're ready to get the action underway. It is a sparse crowd today in the Bay Area. It's getaway game. This is the fourth game of a 4-game set. The San Diego Padres are looking to even the series in this 4-game set. And leading it off will be Jurickson Profar to get things going here this afternoon. Jurickson Profar on the season is hitting .238. He's got 4 homers and 31 runs batted in. Gausman working from the right side. Profar steps in on the left side. And we're ready to get this one underway. And the first pitch from Gausman is a fastball that misses low and away. And the count is ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Profar. The Padres are trying to catch the St. Louis Cardinals for the last playoff spot or the last wild card position. Entering today's game, they are a game behind, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-0. The San Francisco Giants have already punched their ticket for the playoffs. The question is will it be first place or it will be the number 1 wild card position? And that'll remain to be seen here in the next couple of weeks how that plays out with them and the Dodgers. And there's a fastball that misses down and in. They asked the third base umpire if Profar went, and they said he did. And is going to make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Profar. The umpires for today's game, the home plate umpire is Mark Carlson. It's Gabe Morales at first. Jordan Baker is at second, and James Hoy is the third base umpire. There's the 2-1 pitch from Gausman. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. So Gausman struggling to find his location here in the early going. 3 balls and 1 strike. Waiting on deck for his turn is the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. Gausman holds the ball at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and it is swung on. It is driven to deep right field. Moving back over to the wall is the right fielder for the Giants, and that is Lamont Wade Jr., and that ball is going to be foul, just off the wall of foul territory, and the manager is coming out. And we're going to see if they're going to make a review as Jace Tingler is waiting. But our replay is that the ball is foul. You can see it hit the cement just to the right of the foul pole, probably about 3 or 4 feet to the right of it, and that was the right call by the umpires. Very difficult to see from the first base dugout, as it does hook around the pole a little bit. So the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Profar. And Gausman's ready to go back to work. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Bryant. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Profar for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando Tatis on the junior on the season is hitting .286. He's got 38 homers and 90 runs batted in. He's 5 stolen bases shy of joining the 30-30 club. He's got about 16 games left in the season for most teams, and he still has a chance to do that. The first pitch is a changeup, swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. Gausman for the Giants likes to work on a stretch position on the mound, even when there's nobody on base. So no balls and 1 strike to Tatis. He digs in. Gausman gets the sign from his catcher, Caselli, and goes back to work. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to first. It's fielded by Belt. He flips it overhand to Gausman covering, and they're going to retire Tatis. That's going to go down as a ground out, 3-1. Where Belt was playing, he was well off the base. He was positioned properly. He would not have had time to get over to the bag, but the pitcher did. And Gausman retires Tatis for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. For Machado on the season, he's batting .275. He's got 24 homers and 91 runs batted in. He is a major run producer in the middle part of the order for the Padres. He has a very open stance at the plate, and Gausman ready to get back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. Machado digs into the box. Gausman ready to go back to work. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats just beyond the third base dugout. The count is going to go even to 1-1. The Giants won the first 2 games of this series. And last night, the San Diego Padres came away with the victory. This will be the final game of this 4-game homestand for the Giants. Gausman ready to go back to work. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Diving and sliding on his knees is Darren Ruff, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Machado for the third out here in the first inning. So for the Padres in their half of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the San Diego Padres nothing, the San Francisco Giants coming to bat. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the bottom of the first inning. I'll bring you the batting lineup for the Giants after this. Here's our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to bring you the starting lineup for the San Francisco Giants. Leading off and playing in right field wearing number 31 is Lamont Wade Jr. Batting second in left field wearing number 33 is Darren Ruff. Batting third in center field wearing number 23 is Chris Bryant. In the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 9, Brandon Bell. Batting fifth and playing third base wearing number 10 is Evan Longoria. Batting sixth and holding down the shortstop position is number 35, Brandon Crawford. Batting seventh and at second base today wearing number 41 is Wilmer Flores. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 2, Kurt Caselli. And batting ninth On the mound today is Kevin Gossman, and they'll be facing Pierce Johnson, who brings a 3-3 record to the hill with a 2.98 earned run average. Defensively today for the Padres, from left to right, it'll be Tommy Pham, Trent Grisham, and Jerkson Profar in the outfield. And around the horn from first to third, it'll be Eric Hosmer, Adam Frazier, Fernando Tatis Jr. Short, and the third baseman is Manny Machado. The battery, of course, is Pierce Johnson on the hill, and Austin Nola is behind the plate. And so Johnson is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. The Padres went quietly in their half of the first inning, and now the Giants are coming to bat, and leading off will be the right fielder Lamont Wade Jr. Jr. on the season hitting .260. He's got 17 homers and 48 in. And Johnson, who pitches also from the stretch, ready to go to work. He throws a breaking ball first pitch, and Wade Jr. swings at it, and he fouls it away. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike to Lamont Wade Jr. Lamont Wade Jr. has been moved around the batting order a little bit. He's been in the cleanup spot in different positions. He's getting his first regular duty in the big leagues this year. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. He spent the last couple of seasons at the big league level with the Minnesota Twins. This year he's getting an opportunity to play every day, at least recently every day for the Giants. With the opportunity, this is his 95th game of the season, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-2. He's been very productive in his role this season. He's got him in the leadoff spot today. He's got decent speed. He's got 6 stolen bases on the season. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Johnson kicks and delivers. It's a fastball lifted foul on the third base side, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a cool day in the Bay Area. It is 59 degrees. It is overcast at Oracle Park. Those who are in the stands, you can see, are bundled up, and some of the base umpires are also wearing their jackets, and there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Johnson is retired on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Darren Ruff. For Darren Ruff on the season, he's hitting .278. He's got 15 homers and 41 runs batted in. He's getting the start today in left field. Johnson ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Johnson gets the sign from his catcher, Nola. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ruff is a rather large fella, has an imposing physique at the plate. He stands at 6'2", 232 pounds, and there's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tap foul over on the first base side. The count goes to 1-2. Ruff was originally a 20th round draft choice of the Philadelphia Phillies back in the 2009 draft. He played his college baseball at Creighton University. He was with the Phillies organization until 2016 at the big league level. And then he took his act overseas, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. He was with the Samsung Club in the Korean Baseball League. He played 3 years over there. He hit over 300 in 2 of the 3 seasons that he was in Korea. Pounded out 31, 33, and 22 homers, respectively. And the San Francisco Giants were able to bring him back. Here comes the 1-2 to Ruff. And the home plate umpire says he offered at a breaking ball down, and that is going to retire Ruff for the second out of the inning and the second time via the strikeout. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant had an emotional series on the weekend when the Giants were back in Chicago. The Cubs fans really gave him a round of applause, a lot of ovation in all 3 of the games. He had a very nice tribute for him on his first game back. And here comes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to third. It's a fair ball. Machado can't come up with it, and Bryant is going to be aboard. More than likely, he's going to get awarded a single, even though Machado backhanded the ball and couldn't come up with it. I think the official score would give that a single because that would have been a very difficult play. Although the home scorer is actually going to rule that an error. I'm not sure even if Machado comes up with that play that he would have been able to throw across the diamond to be able to get Bryant. Bryant does not run as well as maybe some of the burners in the lineup, but he does move down the line fairly decent. So they're going to rule that as E5. That is how Bryant is aboard. That's going to bring up Brandon Belt. So Johnson gets the side from his catcher, Nola. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Belt waiting on the delivery from Johnson, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Belt. Belt on the season's hitting .263. He's got 25 homers and 52 runs batted in. He had a very strong series against the Cubs on the weekend. He's played well as of late. There's a fastball he takes for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. Right now, the shift that the San Diego Padres are employing, they have 3 fielders to the right side. Manny Machado is in very, very shallow right field. He's got to be at least 15 yards off of the dirt of the infield grass. It was one of the deeper shifts that we've seen. He is well back. Fernando Tatis has stayed in his shortstop position. Adam Frazier is what I would call a normal second base position. If Belt decided to bunt, he could crawl to first base if he could get it down the third baseline. There's a breaking ball swung on, and that's fouled away. And the count remains 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the San Diego starter, Pierce Johnson, he is making his second start of the season. He's had 56 games under his belt this year. This is his 57th appearance. And here comes the pitch to Belt. It's a breaking ball, and it's time is called as it looks like it has hit him in the foot area. The ball was down into the ground, and it took a wicked bounce. And it hit off the foot of Belt. We'll get a look at it on the replay, and even on the replay, we don't see it so well. So hopefully on a different angle, we'll be able to get something. And it hit his lead foot as his stride foot came down. That is exactly where the ball impacted on the outside foot. If you're going to getting hit by a breaking ball there probably isn't the end of the world. But Belt is aboard on a hit by pitch, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Evan Longoria. Longoria on the season is batting .292. He's got 12 homers to go with 45 runs batted in. There's 2 on and 2 away. The runner at second is Bryant. The runner at first is Belt. And the first pitch delivered to Longoria is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Longoria gets himself dug in. He's got that slightly open stance. Johnson gets his sign from his catcher, Nola. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted over on the first base side. It's going to reach the seats. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Belt. Belt gets himself back in the batter's box. He's got himself dug in. Johnson gives the signs. With the runner at second, they have a little more sequencing of signs. There's a fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Longoria. Defensively, the infield is pretty much in normal position. They are shading Longoria a little bit to the opposite field side. The center fielder, Trent Grisham, is shading to the right center field gap. Here comes the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Longoria. Johnson holds center Belt, and he kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count runs to 2-2. There's already action in the San Diego bullpen. It's Nabil Krismet. One would think that this would appear to be a bullpen day for the Padres. Krismet is getting loose as if he's ready to come in next inning. If not this inning, if Johnson continues to have some struggles. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul. And the count remains 2-2 to Longoria. So the error by the third baseman and the hit batter have come with 2 out. All the action on the base paths has occurred after the first 2 batters of the inning struck out. Johnson gets the side from the catcher. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away on the first base side. And the count still remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Longoria's had a very good month of September. He's batting .310 on the month, which is above his season average of .292. So he's getting hot at the right time. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count now runs full. So the runners will be off to the races as soon as Johnson commits to the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson gets the sign from his catcher, Casali, and he's ready to go back to work. He's set at the chest. He kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving underneath it is the left fielder, Tommy Pham. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Longoria for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the first inning, they had no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left aboard. We're through 1 complete. It is the San Diego Padres nothing, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 2nd inning after this. From our friend Steve Rademacher, be sure to check out his channel after the game. He's always entertaining, and he's got a lot of great stuff to share.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddie.
Thanks again, Steve. We appreciate your support of our channel, and in turn, we support his. We'll be back after these tunes for the call at the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the San Diego batting order to face Kevin Gausman. It's Adam Frazier, Tommy Pham, and Eric Hosmer to get things going in the second inning. And the first pitch delivered to Frazier is a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Frazier on the season is hitting .305 with 4 homers and 40 runs batted in, and he swings at a fastball and lifts this foul over on the third base side, and the count is 0-2. Find it very peculiar that they have Frazier hitting in the cleanup spot. For my money, he's not a prototypical 4-hole hitter. He doesn't have a lot of juice and pop in the bat. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It's lined into right field. That ball is going to get down on one hop in front of Lamont Wade Jr. And he is aboard is Frazier with a base hit here to lead off the second inning. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Tommy Pham. For Pham on the season, he's hitting .229 with 13 homers and 41 runs batted in. Pham is having a pretty consistent season for the Padres this year. Getting the opportunity to start in left field. Gausman working from the stretch. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup swung on. It's tap foul over on the third base side, and the count is quickly 0-1. Tommy Pham was originally drafted back in 2006 by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 16th round of the June amateur draft. There's the 0-1 pitch to Pham. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Pham has enjoyed some success at the big league level. He's 3 times hit 20 or more home runs. But he also can steal some bases. He's also stole over 20 bases a couple of times. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt. And the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. The way he arrived in San Diego is the way many of the players on this roster have arrived. There's not a lot of homegrown players, and specifically positional players with the Padres. He was acquired with Jake Cronenworth from the Tampa Bay Rays for Xavier Edwards and Hunter Renfroe. And flips it over to first, and diving back in time is Frazier. Padres also sent Esteban Quiroz to the Rays to complete that trade. The Tampa Bay Rays don't miss on too many trades, but I would say that the Padres would have won that trade. And there's another throw over to first base, and again diving back is Frazier. The word is out on Xavier Edwards. Once he gets to the big leagues, we'll know. But Hunter Renfroe did not work out at all in Tampa Bay. He is having a good season in San Diego or in Boston, but he did not work out at all for Tampa Bay. Of course, the other player, Esteban Quiroz, is also, the jury's out on them. So right now, the thumb would be up for the Padres in that deal. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-2 to Tommy Pham. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frazier, the runner at first, Pham, the batter, and Eric Hosmer is looming on deck. Gosman ready to go back to work. He holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup swung on and tap foul. And the count remains at 2-2. The first inning was only an 11-pitch inning for Gosman, but he's having to ramp it up a little bit more here in this inning. The Padres are giving him a battle, specifically Tommy Pham. This is going to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Gosman holds at the chest. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into shallow center field. It's going to get down in front of Chris Bryant. Digging for third is Frazier, and he's going to make it easily standing up. And the Padres have something brewing here in their half of the second inning, as Tommy Pham is aboard with a single. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. For Hosmer on the season, he's hitting .269. He's got 11 homers and 60 runs batted in. Yesterday, the Padres knocked off the Giants a 9-6. They pounded out 16 hits in that game. Hosmer had one, and he contributed with a couple of RBIs. There was a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Adam Frazier each had 4 hits, which accounted for half of the hits for the Padres yesterday. Pretty much from top to bottom, they were really able to produce. Here's the 0-1, and there's a changeup swung on. It is lifted into the area just behind shortstop. Brandon Crawford makes his way back. He's going to make the catch, and Hosmer is going to be retired. For the first out of the inning, it's a pop out to the shortstop. That's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. It was a quality start by Joe Musgrove last night for the Padres. He went 6 innings, allowing only 3 earned runs. He had 3 walks and 4 Ks. He got his 11th win. And the bullpen came in and closed it out. It was a bullpen day yesterday for the San Francisco Giants. And here's the pitch from Gosman. It's a fastball that misses low and in. Count is 1-0 to Nola. Their bullpen day yesterday, they had 7 pitchers that went for the San Francisco Giants. They've been doing that a lot lately. One of their days has just been a pure bullpen day. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's down. It's a good block by the catcher, Caselli, but the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls and no strikes to the batter, Nola. Runners are on the corners. Frazier's at third. Pham is at first. It's 0-0. We're here in the top of the second inning. And Gosman is ready to go back to work. And he kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup down. The runner goes to second. There's no throw. And Nola is now got 3 balls on him. Pham easily steals second. I wouldn't be surprised if the manager, Kepler, just held up that 4th finger to put Nola on. There's really no sense in finishing his pitch off to him. One would think if you could set up the force, but it looks like the Giants are going to continue to throw. Now they step off, and as Nola has asked for time, we're going to do this again. So 3 balls and no strikes. Gosman gets the sign from his catcher, Caselli. He comes set at the chest. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is drilled foul down the right field line. It hits the netting and bounces back into fair territory. Lamont Wade Jr. picks it up and flips it into the crowd. So 3-0. They gave the green light to Nola. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We are streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and Nola has drawn himself a free pass. He has walked here to load the bases, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. For Grisham on the season, he's hitting .238. He's got 14 homers and 55 runs batted in. Grisham, of course, was acquired in a trade a couple years ago from the Milwaukee Brewers, where the two incumbents were Grisham, of course, and Zach Davies coming to San Diego, and Eric Lauer and Luis Arias going the other way to the Milwaukee Brewers. Grisham last year, or check that. Yeah, last year he won himself a Gold Glove. There's a fly ball lifted into left field. Camping underneath it is Darren Ruff. He makes the catch. It's going to be deep enough, and that's going to get Adam Frazier to tag and score. So Grisham does his job. He hits a sacrifice fly to left field. He gets an RBI. He is the second out of the inning. But scoring on the play is Adam Frazier, and the Padres have opened the scoring, and it's now 1-0 San Diego. And scheduled to come to bat is the pitcher, Pierce Johnson. We're going to see if he is coming to hit, but it doesn't look like it. It's Jake Marisnick who's coming in. So Jake Marisnick will be on to pinch hit for Johnson. Marisnick gets himself dug in. He's got a .213 batting average on the season, and the first pitch is a changeup, and that's swung on and fouled off at the feet of the catcher. So we will have a pitching change. There is action, as we mentioned, in the San Diego bullpen. And so Johnson will be done today with his inning of work. And here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-2 to Marisnick. Looks like it'll be Nabil Krismat coming into the game for the Padres, as he was the only one up and throwing, and he's completed his tosses in the bullpen. So here's the 0-2 pitch. Gosman kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled over on the first base side. Marisnick did a pretty good job to fight it off. Was right in on the fists. I'm sure his thumbs are bothering him. So no balls and 2 strikes. Gosman checks the runner and delivers, and it is a breaking ball down, and the count is now 1-2. The runner at second is Pham. The runner at first is Nola. Infield is in normal depth. They're giving Marisnick the pull gap in left center field is the outfield, and here's the pitch. That's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Marisnick on strikes for the third out of the inning. But for the San Diego Padres in their half of the second, they had 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the second inning, it is the San Diego Padres ahead of the San Francisco Giants, 1-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. And Colby says, "Go Dogs." I'm not sure who the Dogs are, but thanks for stopping in. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend Steve.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
We appreciate you, Steve. The friend of our channel will be back in just a moment with the call at the bottom of the second inning. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. It is a right-hander, Nabil Crismat, who is taking over for the San Diego Padres. The Colombian native is on the hill for his first inning of work, and he throws a breaking ball that misses low and away to Brandon Crawford, and the count is 1-0. For Crismat on the season, he is 2-1 with a 2.93 ERA. He's worked in 67 2/3 innings. His 38th game of the year, and there's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul, and the count is now 1-1 to Crawford. So Crismat on in relief, and we expect there is going to be a pitching parade for the Padres today. Crawford digs in. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Crismat. It's a changeup taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. For Crawford on the season, he's hitting .297 with 20 homers and 80 runs batted in. And here's the pitch from Crismat. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 2-2. We did the Giants last week. We were talking about potential MVP candidates. Brandon Crawford's name really doesn't get kicked around so much, but he definitely deserves some consideration. And there's a changeup swung on it. Is lifted into left field. Moving over is Tommy Pham. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to be out number 1 here in the second inning. Just back to Crawford for a moment. Playing shortstop, batting almost 300 for the best team in baseball. You would have to think that that would be something that would be of consideration. He's had one of the best offensive years, if not the best offensive year of his career. Yet nobody's talking about the possibility of him being a MVP candidate, at least in the national media. There's a fastball that misses out inside to Flores, and the count is 1-0. Wilmer Flores is hitting .254 on the season. He's got 18 homers and 49 runs batted in. He hits from the right side. Crismat goes to work, and there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. The MVP race in the National League, in a lot of opinions, is wide open. When you go through some of the teams, there's nobody really that's had what you would call a unbelievably outstanding year. At some point, you're going to have to maybe make a decision and say, well, why can't it be Max Scherzer? There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Grisham. He's going to make the catch. There's 2 up and 2 away here in the Giants' second inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Kurt Casale. When you start thinking of MVP candidates in the National League, there are a number of teams that come to mind with certain players, and Bryce Harper has pushed his way into the conversation. Of course, he's been hitting much better lately. The Atlanta team with the Braves have Freddie Freeman. There's a breaking ball from Crismat that drops in on Casale for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I don't think there's anybody with the New York Mets that's worth talking about for MVP consideration. Milwaukee Brewers have one of the best records in the National League, the third best record. And there's a fastball that misses low. The count is 1-1. But is there anybody that really stands out for the Brewers? Christian Yelich is having a subpar season for his standards. There is a changeup swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2 to Caselli. St. Louis Cardinals really don't have any one particular player offensively that is carrying the mail. Goldschmidt and O'Neill and Arenado, all three who are usually in the middle of their order, are having decent years, but not all MVP caliber years. In fact, I'd argue and say that Arenado and Goldschmidt are less than productive for their normal selves. So that pitch misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Caselli. And Krizmat goes back to work, and he delivers a fastball that misses low and in, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 away here in the Giants' half of the second inning. When you think of the Dodgers are a very good team, and there was word that Max Muncy might be considered, and there is a changeup that misses well off the outside corner, and Caselli is on a 2-out walk. And that is going to bring up the pitcher, Kevin Gausman. Max Muncy's numbers, not necessarily the best numbers in terms of batting average. He has exceeded the 30 home run mark, and he's approaching the 100 RBI territory. But his position isn't as difficult as Brandon Crawford's, who we started talking about earlier. And here's the pitch to Gausman. It is a changeup taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. For Gausman on the season, he's hitting 188. He's got no homers and 3 runs batted in. And there is a changeup that misses down. The count is 1-1. Krizmat is not overpowering. He spots his fastball, but he throws a lot of changeups and off-speed pitches, and then tries to sneak the fastball by the hitters. There's the 1-1 pitch, and there is a fastball. It's swung on its tap back to the pitcher. Krizmat makes the play. He flips it over to first. That is going to retire Gausman. That's going to go down as a ground out. 1-3 for the third out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the third, they had no runs, there were no hits, there was no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're through 2 complete. It is the San Diego Padres 1, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with call of the third inning in just a moment. We're glad you're with us today.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching Last Reps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Reps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Thanks again, Steve. That is Steve Rademacher. And whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, or his Saturday morning cartoons, he is always entertaining. Be sure to check out his channel after the game for all the entertainment needs that you have. We'll be back after these tunes with the call at the top of the third inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the batting order coming up for San Diego here in their half of the third inning. It'll be Jackson Profar, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado. They are going to get things going for the Padres. Profar today is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up. Profar getting the start today in right field. He's played a number of positions and been used as a super utility for the San Diego Padres. This season in a Padre uniform, he has played all three outfield positions. He's also played first and second. When he first came up with the Texas Rangers, he was touted as a top shortstop prospect, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and in. Count is 1-0. Of course, he was stuck in a situation where they had Elvis Andrus. So he ended up getting over and playing a little bit of second base, and then they moved him around quite a bit. They had him in the outfield. They had him play some third base to spell the Adrian Beltre. So they moved him all around, all over the place. His most games he ever played at shortstop in one season was 68 games back in 2018 with the Rangers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Profar. But he's had a decent career, and there is a changeup taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2, but maybe not quite the hyped career that he had when he was coming up as a prospect. He is in his 8th year in the big leagues. He's got about 6 years and change of service time, and there's a changeup that misses down and away. The count is 2-2. He is from Curacao originally. And here comes the pitch from Gausman. He kicks and delivers, and it's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 3-2. Seems like Profar has been around forever, but he's really only 28 years old. He'll turn 29 after the season. So there has a vibe that he's been in the big leagues for what seems like ever. And here comes the pitch from Gausman, and it's a changeup swung on and missed. And Profar has been retired for the first out of the third inning, so 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando Tatis Jr. today grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. He hit the ball, and they had to deliver to Gausman covering to retire the shortstop. On the season, he's got 38 homers and 90 runs batted in. Gausman kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tatis, despite having pretty solid numbers, he's missed quite a bit of time this year. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and missed. And the count goes to 0-2. He's had some issues with his shoulder. He's only cleared, this is his 114th game of the season. He moved him around a little bit defensively. And there's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. He got himself 16 starts in right field and 5 additional starts in center field. It's the first time in his career that he has made appearances in the outfield. He's always been a shortstop at the big league level, or they've had interleague play. He's done some designated hitting, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. So getting a chance to play the outfield and apprenticing at the big league level is a challenge, but they definitely wanted to keep his bat in the lineup. He leads the National League in home runs with 38. He is tops in that department. There is a changeup swung on and fouled away over on the third base side, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gosman gets the sign from his catcher, Caselli, and he's ready to go back to work. Tatis waits on the 1-2 pitch. Gosman kicks and delivers, and that is a changeup swung on. This ball is belted to left field, and this ball, if it stays fair, it's going to be gone, and it is gone off the ambulance. It is just on the other side of the home run fence down the left field line. That ball was absolutely scorched. It got out in a big hurry. And Fernando Tatis Jr. has homered to extend the Padre lead to 2-0 here in the top half of the third inning. So 2-0 for the Padres. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. That ball played ping pong off the ambulance and ended up bouncing back off of the end of the field of play. So Tatis gets the big San Diego symbol around his neck. And this gold chain, he's Flavor Flav in the dugout. Rapper with that big clock around his neck. So here comes the first pitch to Machado, and it's taken outside for a ball. The count is 1-0. Machado flew up to left field his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Machado. Gosman kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The Padres are going to need some help as the St. Louis Cardinals have a 1-game lead on them right now, and there is a fastball taken again for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1, but the series that begins tomorrow is the Cardinals and the Padres for 3 games, and that's going to decide, or in some ways probably separate one team from the other in this playoff race. Should be an exciting weekend. There's a pitch that's fouled away by Machado, and the count is 2-2. The Cardinals have been playing good baseball. They've won 5 in a row going into this weekend series against the Padres. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a changeup swung on, and it's tapped foul over by the first base coach's box. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Machado. Series is going to be an exciting series, one would think, with playoff hopes on the line. There's only right now one playoff spot that's up for grabs, as both the Dodgers and the Giants have clinched playoff spots. So one will get the division one will get the wild card. So the National League gets a battle for that last spot. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Gosman holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there's a changeup swung on and missed. And Machado goes down on strikes for out number 2. That's going to leave it up to the second baseman, Adam Frazier. For Frazier today, he is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up, but he came around and scored on a sac fly by Trent Grisham. Since coming over to San Diego, Frazier has not had the numbers that he put up when he was with Pittsburgh. It was a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Frazier with the Padres is hitting .252. He's got no homers and 8 runs batted in 135 at bats. There's a changeup that's swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. That changeup that Gosman is throwing is absolutely electric. So no balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and there it floats again outside. It almost looks like it's a bit of a palm ball. He's got all his fingers. He's got a rather large hand, as Gosman. It's all his fingers up on top of the baseball. It's a pitchfork variety. It's not the circle change that you see with some others. And here's the pitch, and it is again change up down, and that one's taken for a ball. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gosman ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Caselli, comes sent at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's another changeup that misses outside. The count is 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Frazier. Gosman ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers, and that is a changeup that is swung on and fouled away. The count is 3-2 still. Frazier digging in on the left side. He's right up on the plate. And here's the payoff pitch from Gosman. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into left field. That ball's going to get down in front of Ruff. It's close to the foul line. They had him played over in that direction, and it's going to hold Frazier to a single. It's his second hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Tommy Pham. Did a good job of protecting the outside corner of the plate. He was able to get the bat on the ball. He just got his hands out and stuck that thing into left field. It bounced down in front of Ruff. Ruff was playing it a little bit and toward the foul line. So he was able to get there in time to hold Frazier to the single. And now that brings up the Tommy Pham, who is getting the start today in left field. The first pitch to Pham is a fastball that misses up, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Pham. Gosman comes set at the chest. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. I would think that Gosman would be a difficult pitcher to run on. He's fairly quick to the plate. He doesn't have a whole lot of waste in his movements. He's very efficient, very quick. Here comes the 1-1 to Pham. Gosman flips it over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner, Frazier. Count is still 1 ball and 1 strike to Pham. We'll be back on the air again tomorrow. We do the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Angels. Hopefully you can join us then. Here's the pitch from Gosman. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And running on the pitch was Adam Frazier. He's going to have to head back to first base as that ball reached the seats down the right field line, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gosman ready to go back to work. He's set at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there's a changeup swung on. It is lined right to the third baseman, Evan Longoria, who makes the catch. And that is going to retire the left fielder, Tommy Pham, for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Padres in their half of the 3rd, they had a run on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it is the San Diego Padres 2, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with our call. The bottom of the 3rd inning. We're glad you could be here with us today. Hold tight. Come on back again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt. That is Matt Hollis, friend of our channel. Be sure to check out his channel on YouTube after the game, Another Hollis Build. He's got all kinds of entertaining stuff. We appreciate his support, and in return, we support Matt. We're moving to the bottom half of the third inning. It is going to be the top of the order coming up for the Giants. It means Lamont Wade Jr., Darren Ruff, and Chris Bryant to get things going for the Giants in their half of the third inning. Nabil Krismet will stay on for his second inning of work. He was effective in retiring the Giants in the last inning. And the first pitch to Lamont Wade Jr. is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Wade Jr. today struck out his first time up, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and in. And the count is now 2-0. On the season, he is hitting .277. He's got 15 homers and 41 runs batted in. Krismet goes back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's tap foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Wade Jr. Krismet getting his second taste of action with the Padres. He saw some duty last year. There's a pop-up in the infield. Moving over underneath it is the second baseman, Adam Frazier. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Lamont Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Darren Ruff. We're talking a little bit about Nabil Krismet. He had a big league debut last year in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. He was a free agent and signed with the Padres last December. And here comes the first pitch delivered to Ruff. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. This is his 38th appearance of the year for the San Diego Padres. Krismet goes back to work, and there is a changeup that misses down and away. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Krismet gets the sign from his catcher. He goes back to work, and there is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Darren Ruff looks back at the home plate umpire to get confirmation if that was a called strike or a check swing, and the plate umpire nods that it was a called strike. There's a changeup swung on. It's grounded over to third. Machado fields it on the run. He fires to first, and that's going to retire Ruff on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Chris Bryant. For Bryant today, he reached first on an error by the third baseman, Manny Machado, in his first inning. And now it looks like they've changed that to a base hit. At first, they had given that an error on Machado, but the official score has seen the light. We saw that in the inning when they announced it, and it was a very, very difficult play for Machado. I don't think even if he came up with the ball, he makes the play on Bryant. It was a changeup that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So it's good to see that they were able to make that correction. We'll take that error off the board, and there's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled off at the feet of Bryant, and off the feet of Bryant. The count is 1-1. So that would have been a very harsh play. Machado really had the range to his left, and by the time it hit the ball, he would have had to make the throw from foul territory. Now, he can do that, but the way that Bryant would get down the line, I didn't think that there was a chance. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bryant, as that is a changeup that misses low and away. Brandon Belt waits his turn on deck. One would think that this would probably be the last inning of Krismet's work here. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup, swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count goes to 2-2 on Bryant. We wanted to call the game this morning between the Braves and the Rockies, but that game in Atlanta was washed out. And rain in the area. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and it's tapped foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kris Bryant. Krismet gets the sign from his catcher, Nola. He gets ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup swung on and is lifted into right center field. Moving over to his right and having some challenges with it is Jurickson Profar, but now he's going to make the catch. Put that away for out number 3. So for the Giants in their half of the third inning, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. A little bit of the top of the 4th inning, it is the San Diego Padres 2, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 4th inning when we return after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his channel after the game.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve, and for your support of the channel. We appreciate you. Be sure to check out Steve's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday. There's No Filter Friday or his Saturday morning cartoons. He's got something for everybody in the family. That's Steve Rademacher. We'll be back after these tunes with the call at the top of the 4th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're back in the top of the 4th inning, and the first pitch delivered to Eric Hosmer was a changeup that he swung on, missed. And Kevin Gausman gave him another one, and he swung and missed on that one, too. So the count is 0-2 to Hosmer. It'll be Hosmer, Nola, and Grisham in the top of the 4th inning to face the right-hander Gausman. And he kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup that misses down in the dirt. And the count is now 1-2. 62 pitches through the first 3 innings for Gausman. It's not been an economical day for him. One would think that he may not get through the 6th inning today at the pace that he's been delivering at. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup down, and swinging and missing is Hosmer, and he is retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the catcher Austin Nola. For Nola on the season, he's hitting .253 with a homer and 28 runs batted in. He walked his first time up. Gets himself dug in on the right-hand side. And right-hander against the right-hander, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nola, of course, is the brother to Aaron Nola, who applies his trade as a pitcher with the Philadelphia Phillies organization. So here's the no ball, 1 strike count pitch, and it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively, the infield is pretty much straight away for Nola, but the infield is shading him to the opposite field. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Nola. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Gausman ready to go back to work. He holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded fair down the left field line. It's off the wall. Nola's digging for 2, and that is he's gonna get in there standing up. It was a rather weird play. I don't know why Evan Longoria didn't lay out for that one. I'll watch that again. It looks like it was a pitch that was inside. He did a good job of keeping his hands inside the ball. That ball was hit, but it was like Longoria just gave up on it. He didn't even make an attempt to dive for it. And that ball got past him. I'm not sure even if he would have dove that he would have made the play, but I think he probably would have had a better jumper, at least a better effort than what he provided. That ball is into the corner, and Nola's aboard with a double, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. In fairness to Longoria, maybe he had a bad first step or he didn't read it off the bat. But I certainly think he would have had a shot at it, even if he would have dove. If anything, it would have held Nola to a single. And there is a breaking ball swung on, and it's grounded foul down the first base line. And the count is no balls and 1 strike to Grisham. Grisham today officially does not have a at-bat. He hit a sac fly in the second inning to drive in Adam Frazier. He is 0 for 0. On the season, he's batting .238 with 14 homers and 55 runs batted in. Gausman gets the side from his catcher, and he comes set at the chest. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. The pitcher's spot is due up next. That's Nabil Crismat. One would anticipate that the Padres are using a bullpen day. That might be the end of the day for Crismat, who's already thrown a couple of innings. There's the pitch from Gausman. It's a fastball swung on, and it's pop foul to the third base side of home plate. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trent Grisham. And all of that said, Crismat has come out onto the on-deck circle to hit. The Padres have already burned one of their positional players. Jake Marisnick came in to hit for Pierce Johnson earlier in the ballgame. And they do have some positional players left on the bench. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. They have 4 bench players left. Obviously, Will Myers, who is a outfielder, he is still left. They have Ha-Seong Kim, the shortstop. Jake Cronenworth and Victor Caratini are all bats available. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And there is a changeup swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Grisham for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the pitcher's spot, and that's Nabil Crismat, and that's exactly who is going to come up to hit. So Crismat coming to hit. It'll be interesting to see if they keep him in the ballgame. There is action in the San Diego bullpen. So Chrismet digs in. He looks like he knows what he's doing at the plate. He's got a very aggressive stance, and he takes the first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Sometimes when you watch pitchers step up to the plate, they have zero interest in swinging the bat. Chrismet gets in there, and he's digging in. He wants to take some hacks here, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count is 0-2. It's always good to see pitchers who like to hit. When they dig in, they're ready to go. He's got himself already in a loaded position. His hands are back. And there is a breaking ball that is down and away. He swings at it. He takes off for first base, but the catcher, Caselli, is able to apply the tag, and that's going to go down as a strikeout. And Gausman strikes out the side here in the fourth inning, surrounded by a double by Austin Nola. And so for the Padres in their half of the fourth inning, they had no runs on one hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. Through 3.5, it is the San Diego Padres 2, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back after this in just a couple moments with the call. At the bottom of the fourth inning, here's one of our Did You Knows. Unfortunately for this player, he's not in the game today. Would you like to support Last Drafts Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Drafts Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's going to be the heart of the San Francisco batting order. It's going to be Brandon Belt, Evan Longoria, and Brandon Crawford to come to bat. And they are going to be getting things going in their half of the fourth inning for the Giants. And it is still Nabil Chrismet on the mound for the San Diego Padres. Although there is action, I'm not sure if they're going to make that change or not. We haven't seen anything as of yet. So we're ready to resume the action as Chrismet is back on for his third inning of work. And the first pitch to Brandon Belt is a changeup down. The count is 1-0. Belt today does not have an official at bat. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. And there is a changeup that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Pierce Johnson started the game for the Padres, and the pitch that hit Belt was a breaking ball in his stride foot, his right foot. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, those are the ones you want to get hit by. And there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Belt. Brandon Belt definitely has one of the best names for a hitter in all of baseball. And there is a changeup swung on. This ball is hammered to right field. It is off the wall. It is fielded by Profar. He comes up throwing, and that is going to hold Brandon Belt to a long single. He missed the home run by about 2 feet. The ball was just a little bit higher. It would have left the park. It was an absolute missile. And that ball bounces off the bricks and came right back to the San Diego right fielder Jerkson Profar, who fired a bullet right to second base, and that holds Belt to a long single here to begin the fourth inning. So Belt is aboard, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Evan Longoria. I think of other good baseball names or interesting baseball names. There's a pitcher right now for the Los Angeles Angels. His last name is Junk. Not sure if I want to go through life as a pitcher or through life with my last name of being Junk. That name for that pitcher may not just describe his abilities, but it might describe the entire Los Angeles Angels pitching staff. It's not been very good this year. There's a fastball that misses inside to Longoria, and the count is 1-0. For Evan Longoria today, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. Brandon Crawford is waiting his turn on deck. They are shading Longoria to the pull side, to the left side. There's a changeup swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Krismet, in his third inning of work here, faces the right-hander Longoria. Right-hander against the right-hander. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. You can say he really lives by his changeup. Very, very, very consistent where he throws the off-speed a lot. And there's another one swung on. It's grounded to third. Machado makes the play over to second for 1. Back to first, and that's going to be a double play. So Longoria grounds into a 5-4-3 double play. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Belt was erased at second for the first out. And of course, Longoria on the back end. He doesn't run as well as he used to. He was never really a blazer, but he was easily retired. And that brings up the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. For Crawford today, he is 0 for 1. And here's the first pitch from Krismet. It is a changeup that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. I think of pitchers in recent times, especially bullpen arms, guys who really rely on their changeups. I think of Fernando Rodney for years, was a very good changeup. That was his best pitch. And Krismet here uses his off-speed stuff to set up his fastball. Fastball's been around 91, 92 miles an hour. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Not sure the plan was for the Padres on how far they were going to ride Krismet today. And there's a changeup that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. They used Pierce Johnson as the opener. Krismet is now in his third inning of work. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-2 on Crawford. Krismet gets the sign from his catcher, Nola, and he kicks and delivers, and it is a changeup. That ball is hit down the left field line. It's past where they had shifted to Crawford. It's fielded by the left fielder, Tommy Pham. He throws a bullet to second, and Crawford is going to be retired. And that is going to do it for the Giants in their half of the third inning. So for the Giants, there was no runs in the inning. They had 2 hits. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete. It is the San Diego Padres 2, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the 5th inning. We're glad you could tune in here. We'll be right back.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be cruising to the top of the fifth inning, and it is going to be the top of the order for the San Diego Padres. It'll be Jurickson Profar, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado to get things going. The scoring recap really quickly. The Adam Frazier led off the second inning with a single. And then Tommy Pham singled and Austin Nola walked, and it was a sac fly by Trent Grisham that scored Adam Frazier to get the scoring going for the Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit his 39th home run of the season, an absolute missile into left field. And now we're ready to get this one back to work, and it's a first pitch fastball off the outside corner to Profar. For ball one, and the count is 1-0. It's not been a spectacular performance by Kevin Gausman today. He's pitched okay. He's got himself into a little bit of trouble. He's had to throw a lot of pitches. There's a fastball that Profar takes down for a called strike. Count is 1-1, and Profar is certainly not happy. He raises his hand and does a 360 pirouette in the batter's box. And he's got some argument's sake. Not only was that pitch down, it was down significantly. The home plate umpire went up with the right hand. And here's the pitch from Gausman. It's a changeup that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. I will say, though, the home plate umpire today, who is Mark Carlson, has done a pretty good job today. We've sometimes been critical of some of the umpires on their consistency or lack of consistency, so to speak. But Carlson so far in the early going has been pretty decent. And there's a fastball that misses down and in. The count's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Profar is 0 for 2 today. He flew out to center field to start the ball game, and he struck out his last time up. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Gausman. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats. The count is now 3-2 to Profar. Defensively, the Giants have loaded up the right side of the infield. The only one that is to the left side is Brandon Crawford. He's in the normal shortstop position. Longoria is just to the right of second base. They have the second baseman Flores, who's now kind of in that rover position in right field. And there's a pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away. And the count remains at 3-2. Whether you love the shift or you hate the shift, every team does it a little bit differently. And when we think about it, there's different ways in which they shift. I prefer the shortstop. If they're moving over to the right side of the infield, I like the shortstop to stay in his natural position. And here's the 3-2 to Profar. This ball is a fastball swung on. It's hit down the right field line. Moving over to get it is Lamont Wade Jr. He fields it. And holding it first with a single is Jurickson Profar. So Profar aboard with a leadoff single here in the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. There's some further thoughts on the shift. You see the shift where the defense will sometimes, they'll move the third baseman into the shortstop position. And they take the shortstop and put him to the right side of the infield with the second baseman moving deep into the grass. And I'm not a big fan of that, because if you've got a shortstop, he's at shortstop for a reason. He's supposed to be one of your better fielders. Why do you put your third baseman into that spot? You're losing quite a bit, but that's for each team to make their decisions. I'm sure they have their rationales. Now, there is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side, and it's stopped by the diving Flores. They had the shift on in the other direction to Fernando Tatis. Had Flores been in his normal depth, that would have been a tailor-made double play ball. But he had to range at least 7-8 steps. He also had to avoid the umpire. The umpire was not in very good position there behind second base. And he has to dive to stop the ball. That'll keep the base runner Profar from advancing to third. So Tatis is aboard with a single. That's his second hit of the ball game, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. So Machado steps to the plate with 2 aboard and nobody out. And Kevin Gausman ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup swung on, and it is belted foul off the facing of the tarp just down the third base line. And the count is quickly 0-1. For Machado today, he is 0 for 2. He's flown out to left field and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. Gausman holding set at the chest. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into center field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the grab is Bryant. And tagging at second base, but falling down is Jurickson Profar, and he's not going to be able to advance to third. The San Diego Padres, they don't win this game today. You can't say that it's not because of certain opportunities, but they've been beating themselves up a little bit. Profar took off as if to run to third, and then he raced back to second base to have to tag. And as he was tagging, he lost his footing and ended up falling to the ground. And so now they have runners still at first and second with 1 away, and Adam Frazier now walking up to the plate. Profar still is in scoring position, but would have been in a better position at third base than to be at second for sure. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed by Frazier, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Gausman gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work, and now he steps off, and the batter Frazier steps out. So we're going to reset ourselves and do this all over again. Gausman comes set at the chest, and then again he steps off, and again Frazier steps out. There is action in the San Francisco bullpen. They have both a righty and a lefty up. And one would think that this might be the last inning of work for Kevin Gausman. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away. And the count is 0-2. Just out of principle, even though there's 1 out here in the 5th. Gausman, if that last pitch is now up to the 90 pitch mark. It's not been an easy outing for him today. So no balls and 2 strikes to Frazier. Frazier's singled both of his times up today. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball. It's tapped back to the pitcher. It's fielded by Gausman. He throws to the shortstop covering Crawford for 1. Crawford can't turn the double play. He looked to go back door over to third base, and getting back in time is Jurickson Profar. So we'll watch the replay of that one again. It was a good play. He had no chance to get the batter runner Frazier. Frazier does run down the line pretty good. That's going to go as a fielder's choice, 1-6. It's going to erase Tatis at second. Profar advances to third. Runners are on the corners, and there's now 2 away. And that's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Tommy Pham. For Pham today, he is 1 for 2. He singled and stole a base. Gausman holds a set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball. And I'm not sure what Caselli was doing on that. The runner, Frazier, has stole second base. He came up as if he wanted to throw down to third base. And like they wanted to have a backdoor on Jurickson Profar. Very interesting. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. There is a changeup swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Tommy Pham. But what was also interesting about it is that Evan Longoria wasn't exactly sprinting to cover third base, or at least moving in that direction. He was moving slowly. So the runners are at second and third. Here's the 0-2 to Pham. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul just past the first base bag. Didn't miss being fair by much, and the count remains at 0-2 to Pham. So no balls and 2 strikes. Pham gets himself dug in. We're ready to go at it again. Gausman gets the sign from the catcher Caselli. He comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup swung on and fouled off over on the third base side. We're going to do the 0-2 count all over again. And Caselli has come out to talk to his right-hander. It's important to retire Pham here, obviously, with runners on second and third and 2 out. Eric Hosmer is waiting his turn on deck. It's important, certainly, if you are a San Francisco Giants fan. So more than likely will be Gausman's last inning of work here. Comes the 96th pitch of the ball game. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and is pounded past the first baseman, the diving first baseman, Brandon Belt. Wade Jr. picks it up in the corner. He fires it in, and sliding safely into second with a double is Tommy Pham. He's got himself a couple of RBIs as Profar and Frazier have come around to score. And the score is now 4-0 for the San Diego Padres here in the top of the 5th inning. A good piece of hitting by Tommy Pham has delivered a pair of runs, and the Padres have now doubled their total. It's now 4-0 with the runner on second and still 2 out, and that's going to bring Eric Hosmer to the plate. For Hosmer today, he is 0 for 2. He's popped the short and struck out, and he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hosmer is batting .268 on the season. He's got 11 homers and 60 runs batted in. And here comes Gausman back to work again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting Hosmer. Gausman gets himself ready to get back to work. He gets the sign from the catcher Caselli. He comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Hosmer batting 6th in the San Diego batting order today. There's a lot of depth in this San Diego order. From top to bottom, they can swing the bat, and they've got a couple players on the bench today who can also do it. Obviously, Will Myers is not in the spot. So Gausman checks the runner Pham at second base. He holds set at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup swung on. Hosmer is retired on strikes for the second time today, and he is the 3rd out of the inning, but the damage has been done. The Padres had 2 more runs in the inning. There were 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're glad you're with us. We'll be back in just a moment for the call of the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's our friend Matt Hollis, a supporter of our channel, and in return, we like to support his. Be sure to check out another Hollis build after the game when you've got a chance. We appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back after these tunes with the call at the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order to come up for the Giants. That means Wilmer Flores, Kurt Caselli, and the pitcher spot, Kevin Gausman. And we're not sure yet if the pitcher will come to hit. I would have a feeling that that is going to be it for the pitcher Gausman today. Nabil Krismat, who has come on in relief, is going to start his 4th inning of work. He delivers a fastball down to Flores, and the count is 1-0. Flores today is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up. And he takes a changeup down and away, and the count is now 2-0. Gausman, of course, is approaching 100 pitches. And here comes Krismet back to work, and he drops a changeup in for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. There's a lot of movement on that changeup. There's a lot of depth and a lot of arm side run from Krismet. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-1 to Flores. The Padres defense, they've got 3 Friars to the left side of the infield. They have the shift on for Wilmer Flores, the former Met. And there's a fastball swung on, and it's fought off and fouled away. The count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Flores. And Krismet goes back to work, and there is a changeup swung on. It's fielded by the third baseman, Machado. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Flores. That's going to go down as a ground out. 5-3 for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Kurt Caselli. Caselli was originally a 10th round draft choice of the Detroit Tigers back in the 2011 draft out of Vanderbilt University. He's been around for quite a while in the big leagues. And here comes the first pitch from Krismet. That is a changeup that misses down. He was a Rule 5 selection by the Rays back in 2013. And here's a pitch. It's a changeup. It's swung on, and it is grounded through the 6 hole into left field for a base hit. And Caselli is aboard with a 1-out single. That is going to bring up a pinch hitter. It's going to bring up Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. So Yastrzemski is on to hit for the pitcher, Gausman. Yastrzemski's batting .221 this season. He's got 23 homers and 58 runs batted in. Wasn't one of Gausman's better days today. He will not get his 15th win of the season, and there's a first pitch changeup swung on. It is popped up behind home plate. It's going to reach the stands on the third base side, and that is 0-1 quickly to Yastrzemski. We're talking about Caselli and how he had bounced around. He signed as a free agent with the Giants this January. This is his first year with the San Francisco Ball Club. At the big league level, he'd spent time with Tampa Bay over parts of 4 seasons. He was with Cincinnati for 3. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away over the third base side again. And the count is 0-2 to Mike Yastrzemski. Caselli has in terms of service time at the big league level, he's just shy of 5 years. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-2. But he has spent parts of 8 years at the big league level. He's 32 years old now. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Yastrzemski. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Afternoon baseball in the Bay Area. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch from Krismat. The changeup swung on and fouled away, and the count is going to remain at 1-2. So the runner at first is Casali. There's one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The count is 1-2 to Mike Yastrzemski. The pitcher for the Padres is Nabil Krismat. He is working in his 4th inning of relief. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and fouled back. And the count remains at 1-2. Krismat is definitely not overpowering. He spots his fastball as needed. He really works his off-speed stuff. And the hitters are having a hard time with it. He's really got a lot of late life on the pitch. His changeup both has some depth and some arm side run to it. And here's the 1-2 again to Yastrzemski. He swings and misses at a fastball. He is going to be retired for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the right fielder Lamont Wade Jr. Wade Jr. strides to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. He struck out and has popped to 2nd. So Krismat is enjoying a fine outing here of 3 2/3 shutout innings. He kicks and delivers to Wade Jr. There's a changeup swung on, and that's fouled. Skips over top of the first base dugout. It's getting into the seats. And the count is no balls and 1 strike to Lamont Wade Jr. Wade Jr. on the season has seen his batting average slip to .258. He's got 17 homers and 48 runs batted in. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's popped up in the infield. Moving over underneath it is Fernando Tatis Jr. He calls off Adam Frazier. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Wade Jr. for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the inning, in the half of the 5th, they had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Through 5 innings in San Francisco, it is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after these from our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again to Matt Hollis for being a supporter of our channel, and in turn, we like to support Matt. Be sure to check out his channel after the game, Another Hollis Build. We'll be right back after these tunes with the call at the top of the 6th inning. Thanks for being with us, either live or on delay. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning, and it is going to be coming to bat for the San Diego Padres. We're going to have Austin Nola, Trent Grisham, and then is the pitcher spot for Nabil Krismet. We do have a reliever in for the San Francisco Giants. Zach Little brings his 3-0 record to the mound. He's appeared in 54 ball games. He is in replace now of Kevin Gossman, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on and delivered right into center field for a base hit. Austin Nola is aboard for the 3rd time today. He's got himself a single, so welcome to the game, Zach Little. And Nola is aboard. First pitch that he saw, he ripped it right back through the box. And over the head a little, that thing went scorching right on by. And that ball is into center field, so he is aboard. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Grisham today is officially 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up, but he got the scoring going in the 2nd inning on a sacrifice fly to the left fielder. He got the first RBI of the ball game, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Ha-Seong Kim is waiting his turn on deck, as it looks like he is going to come and hit for Nabil Krismet. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Grisham. Little kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the third base side, and the count is now 0-2. And a man from Menlo Park, California, has hauled that one. A nice catch. And he's getting the ovation from the fans around him and some high fives from his friends and family who are with him. So no balls and 2 strikes to Grisham. And here's a pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Grisham is going to be retired for out number 1 here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the pinch hitter, Ha-Seong Kim. So Kim is striding to the plate. He's going to be batting from the right side against the right-hander, Little. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball down, and the count is 1-0 to Kim. For Kim on the season, he's batting .202 with 6 homers and 29 RBIs. He is making his first season, or his first foray to the big leagues from his time in the Korean League. This is his 108th game of the year. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. Kim, of course, in the Korean League had really broke out. He inked himself a lucrative contract here in North America, a 5-year deal. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball at 95, swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. He signed the deal with the Padres on the last day of the calendar year in 2020. A 5-year contract doled out to Kim. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side of the home plate. The count remains at 1-2. So far after the first pitch, Little has delivered a steady diet of fastballs to Kim. Little checks the runner Nola at first base. He's ready to go back to work. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball up. He checks his swing. They appeal down to first base, but the first base umpire says he didn't go. And so Kim is fortunate as it's now 2-2. We got to look at the replay. And Ha-Seong Kim got the benefit of the doubt from the first base umpire, but that pitch could have went either way. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Moving back on it is the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He's got room to make the catch. Is going to retire Kim for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Jurickson Profar. For Profar today, he is 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th and came around and scored a run. He struck out and also flown out to center. So 1 for 3 today for Jurickson Profar. Profar gets himself dug in. He's a left-handed stick, right-hander against the left-hander, and it's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. If you're the Giants, this is where you want to retire Profar here, because looming on deck is the shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. Here comes the pitch, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Tatis Jr. is having himself a day. He's got a couple of hits, including a home run. The pitcher up in the San Diego bullpen is Austin Adams, and he is the most likely the candidate to be coming in to replace pitcher Nabil Krismat. There's a fastball swung on. It's pulled foul over on the first base side. It's stuck in the netting, and the fans are going to be able to pull that baby out. And there they go. They've got themselves a souvenir. So still no balls and 2 strikes to the hitter Profar. Little comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to get into the seats. And the count remains 0-2 to Profar. Running on the pitch was the catcher Caselli. Probably not too many times, or check that running as Nola. Not too many times that Austin Nola is going to be off to the races. But if there was a time, this would probably be one of those times to send him. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into shallow left field. Coming in hard on it is the left fielder Ruff. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Profar for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Padres in their half of the 6th, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. For those of you who are new to the channel, we did a tour of the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. We'd like to share some of our memories of the Hall of Fame with you here. Check it out.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Giants. That means it's going to be Darren Ruff, Chris Bryant, and Brandon Belt. And for the San Diego Padres, we do have a pitching change. It is going to be Austin Adams. He's going to replace Nabil Krismat. Krismat came on and worked 4 innings of shutout innings in relief of the starter Pierce Johnson, who was the opener today. And so Austin Adams is going to be ready to go. He's going to be his 62nd appearance. He's 3-2 on the season. He's got an ERA of 3.51 in 48 2/3 innings of work. So Adams is taking over here in the 6th inning, and he's ready to go to work. And the first pitch is a fastball at 95 miles an hour delivered to Darren Ruff. And the count is 0-1. Ruff today is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up, and he grounded to third his last time up. There is a breaking ball delivered for a call strike, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And there's another breaking ball delivered to Ruff, and it's off the outside corner. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Austin Adams is a rather large fellow. He's 6'3" and 220 pounds. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called third strike, and Ruff has been retired for the first out of the 6th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Chris Bryant. Austin Adams is with his 3rd organization. He began his career with the Washington Nationals at the Major League level back in 2017. He spent time with the Seattle Mariners in 2019, and there's a first pitch to Bryant, a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. He's got an interesting delivery. As he pitches from the windup, he's rocks into the motion, he kicks and delivers. And it's a bit of a side for a big guy. He comes off of the side. He really throws hard. There's a fastball that's down in the dirt, and the count is 1-1. But he's certainly different than the last pitcher that the Padres had out there in Crisbet. Crisbet really relied on his changeup, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into the right field corner. It's off the wall. Bryant's digging for 2. Profar picks it up, fires it in, but Bryant is going to be aboard with his 2nd hit of the ball game. He's got himself a double here in the 6th inning with 1 away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. For Belt, he's 1 for 1 today. He was also hit by a pitch. The last at bat, he had a single that he absolute scorched. He couldn't hit it any harder. If it was 2 feet higher, it would have went in out of the park for a home run. The ball went right off the brick wall, played perfectly by the right fielder Profar. Was able to hold Belt to a long single his last time up. So the runner at second is Bryant, and Belt is at the plate. He takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1, so no balls and 1 strike. It's 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Giants are batting against the Padres, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Back on the warning track is Profar. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at second is Bryant, and he is going to advance to third. And so with 2 outs, that is going to bring the third baseman, Evan Longoria, to the plate. So Longoria today is 0 for 2. He's flown out to left, and he's grounded into a double play. In the 4th inning, the Giants had 2 hits in that inning and only sent 3 batters to the plate. Longoria had grounded into the double play to erase Belt, who had that single, and then Brandon Crawford hit a single and was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. So you don't see that very often where a team gets 2 hits in an inning and only sends 3 hitters to the plate. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike by Longoria, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Dirtbag is in the house. Welcome, Dirtbag. Thanks for stopping in. There's a changeup swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the third base side. The count is 0-2. Our plan originally today was not to do the Giant Padre game. We had plans to do the game in the morning between the Braves and the Rockies, but that game was postponed because of rain. So this game here wasn't originally on our schedule of games, but we're glad we could do this one. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away over on the first base side. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes, Devin Longoria. So we appreciate you tuning in. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The runner at third is Bryant. He got aboard on a double. There is action in the San Francisco bullpen, which Camilo Doval is getting hot, ready to go. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that's down. It gets away from the catcher, Nola, and Chris Bryant is going to score. That pitch was down in the dirt. It escaped the catcher, Nola. It popped up into the air. It landed close to home plate, but Chris Bryant is able to come in and score. A good read by Bryant off of third as he's going to score on that wild pitch. And the Giants have themselves a kind of a cheap run here. That cuts the scoreline to 4-1. In some ways it's cheap, but it's also earned, or at least in this situation it was. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 2-2 to Longoria. So it's going to be a battle of the bullpens from here on out. The Padres are up by 3 here. In the bottom of the 6th, here comes the 2-2 pitch to Longoria. There is a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Adams gets ready to go back to work. He rocks in the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball's driven to deep left field, moving back, and it's going to be over the head of Tommy Pham. It's off the wall. Digging for 2 is Longoria, and he's going to make it standing up. Evan Longoria cruises into second base with a 2-out double. Ball was absolutely spanked. It got over the head of the left fielder Pham. He had to play it off the wall. That breaking ball hung up and was absolutely scorched. Got over the head of Pham, and then where it landed was sort of between the padding and the warning track, and it sort of stuck there. And now we've got a visit to the mound by the San Diego pitching coach, or interim pitching coach, as the replacement for Larry Rothschild. Padres have a right-hander up in the bullpen. They've got Daniel Hudson up and throwing. The pitching coach is Ben Fritz. He has made his way back to the dugout. He's been there for about 5 or 6 weeks now as the dismissal of Larry Rothschild took place. You don't often see that where coaches are fired in the middle of a season at the big league level. Usually after the season is sometimes where coaching changes will be made. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner to Crawford, and the count is 1-0. Crawford today is 1 for 2. He's flown out to left and he's singled, but he was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double back in the 4th inning. So the runner at second is Longoria. There's 2 away, and here comes the pitch from Adams. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side, and the count is even at 1-1. The Giants and the Padres are concluding their 4-game set here. Once this series is over, the Padres got another tough 3 games on their hand as they're going to be playing the St. Louis Cardinals, who they're trying to chase down in the National League wild card. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. The San Francisco Giants are going to be entertaining the Atlanta Braves. Braves, of course, got washed out today against the Colorado Rockies. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. The San Diego Padres have been scouring the waiver wire for pitching lately, and it'll be Vincent Velasquez, the former Philly who was recently released. He's going to get the start, and he is going to go against Miles Mikolas in that battle. There's a fastball that misses outside to Crawford, all 4, and Brandon Crawford's aboard with a 2-out walk, and that puts runners at first and second, and it's going to bring the manager, Jace Tingler, out of the dugout, as he has seen enough. So with that being said, they're going to the bullpen. Wilmer Flores is the scheduled hitter. They're calling for a right-hander. We'll be back in just a couple moments after the pitching change. We'll get you all the information that you need after this.
Would you like to support Last Wraps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Wraps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. The San Diego Padres are going to their bullpen. They're bringing in the right-hander Daniel Hudson. The 34-year-old is coming in relief. He has been acquired from the Washington Nationals, but since he's come to San Diego, he's not had a great time of it. He is on the season, he's 4-2. He's got a 3.05 ERA in 47 games. He's worked 44 1/3 innings where he's allowed 34 hits. He's also walked 13 and struck out 65. But since joining the Padres, this is his 17th ball game. His ERA is north of 5 at 5.40. And he's got no wins and a 1 loss under his belt with 6 walks and 17 Ks in those 11 2/3 innings. So Hudson is on in relief. And it is going to be Wilmer Flores slated to come to bat against him with runners on first and second and 2 away here in the 6th. So Austin Adams couldn't get out of the 6th inning. And now he needs a little bit of help. So the right-hander Hudson taking over. And he'll be facing Wilmer Flores. Flores today is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and he's grounded to third. Hudson gets ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers, and there is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Flores. Flores gets the start today at second base for the Giants. He's got 18 homers and 49 runs on the season, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. Flores was a longtime New York Met. What I remember most about Wilmer Flores was when they had announced that there was going to be a trade, and in the middle of the game, somebody had let him know there was a trade, and the manager, Terry Collins, had no idea what was going on, and Flores had broken into tears, and he was upset, but he ended up never getting traded. There's a fastball at 98 miles an hour that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Of course, he was a young player at the time. There was a lot of trade rumors swirling around, and he was with the New York Mets organization, and really at that time the only organization that he knew, and it was somebody had announced it in the middle of the game or got wind to him, and he certainly was very, very upset and shaken. That's how I remember Wilmer Flores. But as a player, he's a career 266 hitter. He's got some juice in the bat. He's got over 100 home runs in his career, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. He's been a decent fielder and a productive player over his time. He also had a stop in the Arizona organization in 2019. But this is his second year in San Francisco. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Hudson delivers, and it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field. Moving over is Trent Grisham. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Flores for the third out of the inning. So for the San Francisco Giants, in their half of the sixth, they got 1 run in the inning on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 7th. It is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. At the top of the 7th inning, we're glad you are with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's our friend Matt Hollis. Be sure after the game to check out another Hollis build. He's got all kinds of crazy stuff. He is a San Diego Padre fan and a Friar faithful, but we won't hold that against him on our channel. Be sure to check that out, Matt's channel, after the game. We'll be right back after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming to bat for the San Diego Padres in their half of the 7th inning. In the top half, it'll be Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, and Adam Frazier to get things going. And the San Francisco Giants have a pitching change, and it's going to be Camilo Doval. In his 18 games of work this year, he's 2-1. He's got a 4.96 ERA and in 16 1/3 innings pitched. He's also struck out 24 batters and walked 8. So Duvall is on in relief of Zach Little. And he's ready to go to work. So Fernando Tatis Jr., who is 2 for 3 today, will lead it off. And here comes the first pitch from Duvall. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses way outside. And the count is 1-0. Duvall is a lanky right-hander who is working from the stretch position, ready to go back to work. There's nobody on, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball at 100 miles an hour that misses off of the outside corner, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Tatis, Machado, and Frazier here to come to bat against the righty Duvall. And there is a breaking ball that misses in the dirt, and the count now runs to 3-0 to Fernando Tatis Jr. So 3 balls and no strikes. Duvall gets himself ready to go back to work. As it's 3-0 to the right-handed hitting Tatis. And he kicks and delivers, and there's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball that misses inside to Tatis, and he has to spin out of the way. And he's going to get himself a 4-pitch walk. Kind of reminds me of in spring training when some of the major league veterans early in spring training are in the ball game, and they'll bring up some of these pitchers from A ball or high A or even double A pitchers to pitch, and they've got live arms, but they can't always control where the pitches go. And some of the veteran big league hitters are dancing out of the way, even though you've got 90-plus-hour fastballs coming at you. So here comes the third baseman, Manny Machado. He squares the bunt, but he takes a fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Machado. So that was kind of the way that Fernando Tatis Jr. reacted there as he hopped out of the way facing Duvall. So here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to get over the netting and into the seats. Yeah, a San Francisco Giant fan is going to come away with that. He won the fight to the ball against a San Diego Padre fan. And the count is now 0-2. Both the Padres and Giants fans intermingling in the stands. Padres are well represented today. There's a changeup swung on. Is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving over to his right is Chris Bryant. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Machado for the first out of the innings. So that'll bring up the second baseman, Adam Frazier. Frazier today has been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. He has singled twice and reached on a fielder's choice. He's 2 for 3 with a stolen base. He's also scored 2 of the 4 San Diego runs. So the ball gets the sign from his catcher, Caselli, and he is ready to go to work. And there's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Frazier digs in on the left side. He's right up on the plate, and there's a breaking ball that just misses at the knees, and the count is now 2-0 to Frazier. So 2 balls and no strikes. The left fielder, Tommy Pham, awaits his turn on deck. And here's the pitch from Duvall. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. Frazier really hadn't settled in San Diego, as we said earlier. He was an all-star with the Pirates. He was hitting .324. And after the trade, he's come in and he's only hit .252. Going over to first base is Duvall, and diving back in time is Tatis. He's not really come in and been hitting like they anticipated. He's a career .281 hitter. Sometimes that's the way. The player has to come in and they have to get themselves settled in. And there's a changeup swung on. It's grounded to second. Flores over to Crawford for 1, back to first. They're not going to be able to erase the speedy Frazier as he bounces into a 4-6 fielder's choice. Tatis is erased at second. And that is going to leave it up to the left fielder, Tommy Pham. For Tommy Pham, he is 2 for 3. He singled in the second inning and stole a base. He doubled and knocked a pair of runs in the 5th inning. He also lined out to the third baseman back in the 3rd. So Pham's had a productive day at the plate, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The ball holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. Over to second, and they are going to retire Frazier on the fielder's choice. For the 3rd out of the inning, he is going to be retired 6-4. So for the San Diego Padres, in their half of the 7th inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, One runner left aboard. We are moving to the bottom of the seventh inning. It is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the seventh inning. We're glad you could be here with us. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
As always, thanks again, Steve. Whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the Saturday morning cartoons, or the Sunday shoutouts, Steve's got something to offer for everybody. Be sure to check out his channel after the game today. We'll be right back after these tunes with the call bottom of the seventh inning. Welcome back, everybody. The San Diego Padres are back again on defense, and it's Daniel Hudson still on the mound. And the first pitch delivered to Curt Casali is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Slated to come to bat is Casali, then the pitcher's spot, then Lamont Wade Jr. And so we've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up to bat for the Giants. I would think we're probably going to see a pinch hitter for San Fran in that 9 spot. There is a changeup swung on and fouled away. And the count is now quickly 0-2 to Casali. Casali today has been on base twice. He's 1 for 1, and he's singled in the 5th, and he drew a walk in the 2nd inning. So here we go back to work. Comes the 0-2 pitch to Casali. Hudson kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is belted foul down the left field line, and it's a great catch by the Giant fan about 15 rows deep. He's getting high fives from everybody. So the count remains at 0 balls and 2 strikes to Casali. There's a man in the stands who has a very old glove. It looks like it's probably from the early 1900s, and it's on his right hand, not on his left hand. And there is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and Casali goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the pitcher's spot. And that looks like it's going to be Tommy La Stella, who's going to get his opportunity here. So La Stella coming in to pinch hit. On the season, La Stella is batting .241. He's got 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Stella's batting from the left side against the right-handed slants of Daniel Hudson. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees at 97 miles an hour for a called strike. The count is 0-1. This is La Stella's 15th at the big league level. We've got 3 defenders to the right side of the infield, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. There is a left-hander up in the Giant bullpen, and that is Tony Watson getting warm, as he will be more likely coming in to replace, as he's the only one that is up. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line, and the man who made the catch a couple moments ago was in the vicinity of getting himself another souvenir. Count remains at 0-2 to La Stella. Stella will be followed by the top of the order, Lamont Wade Jr., who is waiting his turn on deck. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on, is lifted into right field. It's going to get down in front of Jerkson Profar, so it falls in front of the shift. They had Manny Machado playing in that shallow right field position. And so La Stella's got himself a pinch hit single here in the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Lamont Wade Jr. For Wade Jr. today, he is officially 0 for 3. He struck out. He's popped out to second and popped out to short his 3 times up. So he's waiting on the delivery from the right-hander, Hudson. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees at 97 for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The only infielder to the left side of the infield is the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. Should La Stella be stealing the base, I'd be curious to see who they would have covering. Where Tatis is positioned, he's almost on the infield grass. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. Not really sure how he could get to the base properly in time to receive the throw. Makes me wonder if it's going to be the second baseman Frazier taking the throw. So here comes the 1-1 pitch to Wade Jr., and it's down in the dirt. It squirts away from the catcher. Advancing to second base is going to be La Stella. That's going to go down as a wild pitch. And La Stella is now at second base. He's into scoring position. That ball was spiked, and Wade Jr. had to do a Texas two-step to get out of the way. And the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Up and throwing in the San Diego bullpen is the lefty Tim Hill. So here comes the pitch to Wade Jr. It's a fastball that swung on and missed. The count is now 2-2. That pitch was at 98 miles an hour. Had Wade Jr. laid off it, that probably would have been ball 3. But his eyes lit up seeing the fastball. He's only seen one other fastball in this count. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Wade Jr., and it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left center field. This ball is trouble, and it's going to be off the warning track and bouncing into the stands. La Stella would have come around to score, but I think they're going to be sending him back to third base. We'll see what the decision is, although these come around to score. I didn't think that they would allow that to happen, although he was at second base on that wild pitch. So La Stella is going to score. So Wade is traded places with La Stella. He'd been on first base. If we not had that wild pitch, he would have been still at first base. So La Stella will come all the way around to score on the RBI double by Wade Jr., and that cuts the lead in half. And it is now a 4-2 ball game. So 4-2, and here is the right-handed stick of Darren Ruff. He first swings at the first pitch. He hits a line drive. It's caught by Machado at third base. Machado was right on the line. For the amount of shifting that's going on, you don't see a lot of guys guarding the line, but that ball was hit right on the screws, right to the glove of Manny Machado, and Ruff is retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Chris Bryant. So Bryant today is 2 for 3. He's singled, he's doubled, he's flown out to right. He's also scored a run. He got the Giants' first run of the ball game. He came around and scored on the wild pitch. So here's the first pitch to Bryant. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hudson ready to go back to work. Bryant gets himself dug in, and here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right at home plate. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The runner at second is Wade Jr. There's 1 run on the board for the Giants as they've cut the lead in half to 4-2. There's 2 away, and Chris Bryant is the batter. And here we go back to work again. Hudson checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball at 97 that misses up in the zone. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Bryant ready to go back to work. He has himself dug in. Hudson gets the sign from the catcher, Nola. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's now 3-1. There is an open base at first base. Brandon Belt is waiting his turn on deck. One would think that if Bryant finds a way on, that the Padres will be going to the bullpen, as they did have a lefty up and throwing. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. And Hudson kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count now is 3-2 to Bryant. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Hudson, who's up to 24 pitches now, looks at the sign from his catcher, Nola. He comes set at the belt. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats beyond the first base dugout. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chris Bryant. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bryant ready to dig himself in, and Hudson ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers, and there's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. This is going to turn into quite the battle. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. As Bryant is working the right-hander Hudson over here. The Giants fans are already starting to sport their rally caps. They've turned their hats inside out in certain parts of the stands. So here comes the 3-2 offering again from Hudson. He comes out at the belt. He again checks the runner Wade Jr. at second. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup swung on and missed. And Bryant is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the 3rd, they get a run back. They got 1 run in the inning. On 2 hits, there were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is the San Diego Padres 4, the San Francisco Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. On the top of the 8th inning, we're glad you guys can stop in and check it out today. It's a great day for baseball. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher, And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Thanks again, Steve. We're going to be moving to the bottom of the 8th inning here shortly. We'll be back in just a moment after these tunes to give you the call. We're glad you stopped by. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning, and coming to bat for the San Diego Padres will be Eric Hosmer, Austin Nola, and Trent Grisham. That is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order. The Giants are going to the bullpen. It is Tony Watson, who's appearing for the 56th time this season. He's got a 5-4 record, and the left-hander delivers a first pitch breaking ball outside to Hosmer for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. For Hosmer on the day today, he is 0 for 3. He's popped to short and struck out twice. Watson is the 4th pitcher of the ball game for the Giants, and he throws a fastball, and that misses off the outside corner. And the count is now 2-0 to Hosmer. There's nothing worse than watching left-handed pitchers struggle against left-handed hitters. That's their job, is to come in and retire those guys. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So Watson has a job to do, and that's to go after and get Eric Hosmer as the first out of the inning. So lefty-lefty matchup. Watson kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball. This ball is swung at it. It's lifted into left field. Moving in on it is the left fielder, Ruff. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Hosmer for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. For Nola on the day today, he's been on base 3 times. He's got a single, a double, and a walk. He's 2 for 2 officially. He's got a homer and 28 runs batted in on the year. There's the first pitch from Watson. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So Watson goes back to work. He delivers. There's a changeup swung on it. It is hit between the shift. The ball had some eyes. It's past the second baseman, Flores. And he's a base hit into center field. And Nola, for the 4th time today, is aboard. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Grisham today is officially 0 for 2. He's struck out twice. He's also hit a sac fly that cashed in the Padres' first run of the ball game. They've got 3 fielders on the right side of the infield for Grisham. His average has slipped to 237 on the season, and the first pitch from Watson is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. Grisham showed bunt, but pulled back. Waiting on deck is a pinch hitter, and that's going to be Will Myers. He's looking for his first turn to the plate. There's a pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. It's going to get down. Nola is going to get all the way over to third, and reaching first is Trent Grisham with his first hit of the ball game. And the Padres have something brewing here in their half of the eighth inning. They've got now runners on the corners with one out, and that's going to bring Will Myers to the plate. So Myers getting the opportunity to pinch hit. That will mean that we're going to have a new San Diego pitcher. He's hitting .256 on the season. He's got 17 homers and 60 runs batted in. There's a right-handed stick. The runner at third is Nola. The runner at first is Grisham. The Padres are holding on to a 4-2 lead. Here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into the left field corner. It's down. It's off the wall and the netting. One run is in. And the runner Grisham is going to get all the way around to third. It is a double on the first pitch that Will Myers sees, an RBI double, and it is now a 5-2 ball game for the Padres. So the Giants were able to claw right back in their half of the seventh. Of course, the ultimate response is a base hit and an RBI for Will Myers, and now the score is 5-2. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Jurickson Profar. So Profar is coming to the plate, and there's a discussion going on over at third base. And Jace Tingler is out to talk to the umpire. We're going to get a look at this. And the discussion is there was some obstruction for Grisham as he was going to second base. So I think that Tingler is probably coming out to ask what that is all about. Maybe he's asking to see if they should be awarded home plate. Wilmer Flores got in the way of Grisham and held him up. He did get into third base safely. They were asking to see if it was maybe worthy of being a two-run double by Myers. The umpires don't seem to think so, as Grisham is going to be left at third base. So here comes Jurickson Profar to the plate. Profar today is 1 for 4. He singled, he struck out, he's flown to left field, and he's flown up to center. And the first pitch from Watson is a changeup swung on. It's popped up on the right side of the infield. And moving underneath it is Flores. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Profar for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Fernando Tatis Jr. So Tatis Jr. strides to the plate, and you've got Manny Machado on deck. One thought that I would have is do you want to take your chance with Manny Machado? You do have an open base. Tatis today is 2 for 3. He's got a walk. He's homered. He's driven in a run, but Manny Machado was 0 for 4 today. So Watson steps off the rubber, and now he's going to get a visit from his catcher, Caselli. They got to get on the same page. So that discussion is over, and we're ready to resume the action. Machado is waiting on deck. The Padres are trying to blow it apart here in the top of the eighth inning. They've got a run on the board. There's 2 out. Runners are on second and third. And Fernando Tatis Jr. at the plate. And here's the pitch from Watson. It's a changeup that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Tatis hit his 39th homer back in the third inning. He's got 91 RBIs on the season. We mentioned earlier that he's 5 stolen bases shy of joining the 30-30 club. And there's a changeup swung on and fouled away over on the first base side. The count goes to 1-1 on Tatis. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tatis gets himself set up, and here's the pitch from Watson, and it's a fastball at 94 miles an hour, swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Watson's been living in the range of about 87, 88 miles an hour, and he dialed that one up to 94 and blew it right by the young Padres shortstop. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. I wouldn't be surprised with a changeup right about here. And there's a pitch. It's a fastball. It misses inside. It takes the bat right out of Tatis's hands. It was a 94-mile-an-hour heater that backed Tatis off of the plate. Didn't hit him, but he was definitely surprised on how quick it got up in the hurry. Now I'm sure he probably is going to come back with a changeup right here. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Watson kicks and delivers, and that's exactly what it was, a changeup at 84 miles an hour. Runs the count to 3-2 on Tatis. Padres have a left-hander of their own up in the bullpen. It's Tim Hill, who was up last inning. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Watson holds set the belt. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup that misses down. That is ball 4. And the bases are now loaded of Friars. The Giants are going to have a visit to the mound. The pitching coach is going to come out. There is a lefty up in the Giants bullpen. But I don't think they're going to be going to the pen quite yet. The lefty that's up in the Giants bullpen is Sammy Long. He's getting himself loose. So they have a full-on conference on the mound. The infield is in. Everybody is in. The bases are loaded. There's 2 away. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Just about ready to resume the action here as Manny Machado steps to the plate. Machado is batting .273 on the season. He's got 24 homers and 91 runs batted in. The bases are juiced. And so Watson is ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. Here's the first pitch to Machado, and it is a changeup swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in hard is Bryant. It's going to fall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And it is now a 7-2 San Diego lead on the bloop single by Manny Machado. Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to get all the way around to third base. But there's 2 more runs on the board here for the Padres in their half of the 8th inning, as both Grisham and Will Myers come around to score. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Adam Frazier. And that is going to bring Jace Tingler out of the dugout, and he has seen enough. The Giants are going to the bullpen. Sammy Long is coming in. It's another left-hander to replace the left-hander Tony Watson. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the 8th inning here. We're glad you're with us.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. And if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Sammy Long, a left-hander, coming in to replace Tony Watson. In 11 games this year, he's 2-1. He's got a 5.72 ERA. He's worked 39 and a third innings. And so we'll be ready to get back to this one. The Padres have blown it open here in the 8th inning. It's now a 7-2 ball game. As long as completing his tune-up tosses, we're ready to get this one back underway. And coming to bat for the Padres is Adam Frazier. Frazier today has been on base all 4 times. He's officially 2 for 4. He's got 2 singles. He's bounced into 2 fielders' choices. He's stolen a base and he's scored a couple of runs. And he is ready to get going here with runners on the corners and 2 out here in the top of the 8th. So here comes the first pitch from Long. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sammy Long, the pitcher today for the Giants, is the 5th pitcher used by the San Francisco Ball Club. And he throws it over to first base, and they've got the runner in a rundown, and they've got Manny Machado picked off. They had a little stuff going on. Machado runs himself into the out. And that is going to retire the Padres here in their half of the 8th inning. So that's going to go down as a putout to 1-3 and looks like 1-3-6. Looks like it was the shortstop who put him out on the putout. So for the Padres in their half of the 8th inning, there was 3 runs on 4 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the San Diego Padres 7, the San Francisco Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. At the bottom of the 8th inning, we're glad you could be here with us. Hold tight. Here's another one of our Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame memories. We were sharing them earlier. It's from our tour in Japan. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be the heart of the San Francisco Giant batting order coming up to face the San Diego Padres. That means it's going to be Brandon Belt, Evan Longoria, and Brandon Crawford to get things going. And there is going to be a pitching change for the Padres. It does look like they are making the move. But we're going to just check this out in a moment here. They had the rundown. It was actually Brandon Crawford who applied the tag. And it was 1-3-6 on the putout. The lefty now is Tim Hill in the ballgame. He's replacing Daniel Hudson. This is the 5th pitcher of the afternoon for the Padres, and he's going to face Brandon Belt to begin things off. The first pitch at 82 miles an hour. This is up and away. The count is 1-0. For Hill on the season, this is his 71st appearance. He is 5-6 with a 3.67 ERA. And there is a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As a reminder, we're going to be back on the air tomorrow. We're going to be covering the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Angels. So whether you're listening live or on delay, hopefully you can make it back in. And squaring the bunt is the hitter Belt, and he misses as the pitch is outside. He didn't pull it back in time, and the count is now 1-2. I think he had the idea of being able to drop the bunt down the third base line, as they do have the shift on against him. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And there's the pitch from Hill. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the hitter Belt. Lefty against the lefty. Hill delivers, and it is a fastball. And they appeal down to third base, and the third base umpire says he went. Belt is not happy. And he fires his bat back toward the first third base dugout as he walks away. We're going to get a look at it on the replay. But I don't know what he's not happy about. He certainly went around on that pitch, and he is retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Evan Longoria. The only person Belt should be mad at is himself for trying to hack at that last pitch. And there's a first pitch as a fastball that catches the corner up and away. The count is 0-1. I'm sure that the reaction by Brandon Belt made that borderline fastball a little easier to call for the home plate umpire. So here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a changeup that misses low and away, and the count is 1-1. Sure, the Evan Longoria wasn't happy that he had to be the recipient of the "I'm going to get you" call. So here comes the 1-1 pitch, and there is a changeup swung on. This ball is blasted to deep left field, and this ball is going to get into the stands. It's about 6 or 7 rows deep. It is a home run for Evan Longoria, and that's going to cut the deficit to 7-3 here in the 8th inning. So a solo shot by Longoria has now cut the lead to 7-3. So the Giants just don't want to go away. The Padres, of course, are tacking on the runs, but the Giants just want to linger around, and this is what makes them a very dangerous ball club. They can hit from 1 through 8 in the batting order. Everybody's got a little bit of pop. They can all do a little bit of stuff. And there's a first pitch fastball swung on. It's grounded over to Machado at third. He picks it up. He throws to first. That's going to retire Crawford. That goes as a ground out, 5-3. So 1 pitch to eliminate Crawford for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Wilmer Flores. Flores today is 0 for 3. He's flown out to center field twice. He's grounded to third once. So Flores strides to the plate. And the first pitch he sees, he swings at. It's a ground ball into right field for a base hit single. Flores is aboard with a hit. It's his first hit of the ball game. That's going to bring up the catcher, Curt Casali. Casali today is officially 1 for 2. He singled, and he has struck out. It's also going to bring Jace Tingler out of the dugout. The Padres do have a right-hander up and throwing, and that's Emilio Pagan, and he has seen enough from his lefty, Tim Hill. He's going to bring in the right-hander to face Casali. So that'll do it for Hill. And Emilio Pagan is going to enter into the game. And the last time we saw Pagan, he got roughed up a couple of weeks ago. So he is coming in to replace Hill. And we'll be back in just a couple moments after this, everybody. We really appreciate you being here and checking out the action today. Hold tight. We'll be back in a minute.
Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Are you into digital cards? Last Raps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Raps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. There is a pitching change in the Bay Area. We've got a right-hander coming in. It is Emilio Pagan. Pagan has a 4-1 record on the season. He's got a 4.14 ERA. He's pitched in 58 2/3 innings. It's going to be his 62nd appearance. He's allowed 50 hits. He's walked 16 and struck out 66. So he is going to be the sixth pitcher used today by the San Diego Padres. He is in relief here to face the San Francisco Giants catcher Curt Casali. Casali today is 1 for 2. He singled, he struck out, and he has walked. He's been on base twice. So Pagan is going to complete his warm-up tosses, and we'll be back here in just a moment to give you the call. Hold tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is Curt Casali standing in to face the right-hander Emilio Pagan. There's 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Pagan is ready to go to work. He gets the sign from his catcher Nola. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. It is the pitcher's spot on deck for the San Francisco Giants. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Pagan holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball swung on. It's fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side of home plate. The count is 1-1. There are 3 options for the Giants. Posey, Estrada, and Slater are the potential options. And Stephen Duggar is another one. Looks like that Duggar is waiting or coming on deck. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kick and deliver. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Casali. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So here comes the 2-1 to Casali. Again, kicks and delivers, and it is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, gets himself a new baseball, and he begins to rub it up, and we're ready to go back to work. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pagan holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and another one fouled straight back. So Casali is right on time with the pitch. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher Caselli. Pagan gets his sign again from the catcher Nola. He's ready to go back to work. He's set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Caselli didn't go, and the count now runs to 3-2. We'll get a look at that. Yeah, it's borderline if he would have went. Certainly the one that's important is the call of the first base umpire. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got 3 fielders to the left side of the infield for Caselli. Hosmer is standing in behind the runner at first. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner, and it's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Caselli is going to be retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the inning, they got 1 run on 2 hits. It was the home run by Longoria. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Moving to the top of the 9th inning, it is San Diego Padres 7, the San Francisco Giants 3. Stick around, everybody. We're going to bring this one home for you in just a couple moments. We're glad you're with us. Sure to check out our friend Steve and his channel after the game.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be Adam Frazier, Tommy Pham, and Eric Hosmer, the heart of the San Diego Padre batting order, coming up to face the pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. They had relieved Tony Watson with Sammy Long in the last inning, and Long was able to pick off Manny Machado at first base. And so here comes Adam Frazier, and it's a first pitch breaking ball that misses up and in for ball 1. Frazier was at the plate at the time when Machado was picked off. So 1 ball and no strikes to Frazier. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. That is a big hook there by the left-handed pitcher Long. It's got a lot of bite to the pitch, and here is the pitch to Frazier. It's a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Frazier. Frazier's been on base each time he's come to bat today. He's got 2 hits. He's bounced into 2 fielders' choices. He's scored a couple of runs, and he's stolen a base. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 9th inning. The Padres have a 7-3 lead. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to first. It's off the glove of Brandon Belt. They throw over to first as it's picked up by the second baseman Flores, but it's not going to be in time. He was playing pinball on the infield. So the first baseman, Belt, dove. The ball went off of his glove to the second baseman, Flores. And we thought they may want to have a look at it, but Frazier is able to beat it out down the line, and that is going to be a base hit. Can't see it being any other way. And aboard with a single is Adam Frazier. That is going to bring up the right-handed stick of Tommy Pham, and he swings at a breaking ball, and the count is quickly 0-1. Pham today is 2 for 4. He's singled, doubled. He's knocked in a couple of runs. He's stolen a base. He's also bounced into a fielder's choice and lined out to the third baseman. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count quickly goes to 0-2 on Tommy Pham. He's had a very productive day at the plate in the middle part of the order. So here comes the pitch from Long. It's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pham digs in at the plate. Lefty Long ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lined over to third. It's taken off the hop by Longoria, who makes a great play. He throws from his knees to retire the runner Frazier at second base. We watch that again. 1 hop, he gets it. He's able to make the play. They can't turn the back end of the double play. Great defensive play by Longoria. He gets dirty as he moves to his left, fields the ball off his knees, fires it to second. So that's going to be a fielder's choice, 5-4. That's going to erase Frazier at second for the first out. Pham now becomes the runner at first. And the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Eric Hosmer, taken for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Hosmer. There's a fastball taken on the outside corner, and it's called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're here in the top of the 9th inning, and the score is 7-3 for the Padres. We thank everybody for sticking around today, and there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. There is action in the Padre bullpen. They have a righty and a lefty up. It is Melanson is the righty, and Ross Detweiler is the lefty. Comes the 2-1 pitch, and it is a changeup swung on and fouled off over on the first base side. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The first baseman Hosmer. Hosmer is 0 for 4 today. He's fanned a couple of times. He's popped to short. He's popped up, flew up to the left fielder. And throwing over to base is Long, and getting back in time is Pham. So here comes the pitch from Long. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sorry, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eric Hosmer. And here comes the pitch. It is a change up down in the dirt. Now the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Tommy Pham, the runner at first. Hosmer is the hitter here in the top of the 9th inning. Long gets the sign from his catcher Caselli, kicks and delivers, and it is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to second, over to short for 1, back to first, and Hosmer has just grounded himself into a 4-6-3 double play, and that is going to retire Pham, the runner at second, and Hosmer at first. So for the Padres in their half of the ninth inning, they had no runs on one hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is the San Francisco Giants trailing the San Diego Padres 7-3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the bottom of the ninth inning in just a moment. We're glad you're with us.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth inning, and we have a pitching change for the San Diego Padres. Coming on in relief is Mark Melancon. He's looking to finish this ball game off. It is not a safe situation. He is taking over for Emilio Pagan, and he is going to be the seventh pitcher used today by the San Diego Padres. They have themselves a bullpen day going. Melancon on the season has appeared in 58 games. He's got 37 saves on the year. He's got an ERA of 2.15. He's worked 58 and 2/3 innings, allowing 46 hits, 24 walks, and he has struck out 52. He's going to be facing a pinch hitter as Steven Duggar is coming to the plate. So 9-1-2 in the batting order. It'll be Duggar, Wade Jr., and Ruff to face the right-hander Melancon. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Duggar. For Duggar on the season, he's batting .268. He's got 8 homers and 34 runs batted in. It's from the left side. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're here in the bottom of the ninth inning, and it's a 7-3 ball game for the Padres. The Giants have been hanging around. They've been pretty pesky, but I think the 4-run lead with Melancon on the mound is going to be very difficult. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2. That breaking ball from Melancon, that's got a lot of bite and a lot of depth to it. It was very much a 12-6 pitch. I've seen Melancon pitch a couple of times this year, but that has to be some of the most movement I've seen on any of his pitches. Absolutely fell off the table. So here comes the 1-2 pitch, and there's that breaking ball again, and it's 2. Sometimes the pitchers, when they come in, they always have their best stuff. Well, this hook today that Melancon's brought out to the mound with him, it's got some nasty bite in it. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melancon gets the sign from his catcher, Nola. He gets ready to go back to work. He's working from the windup. He goes in the motion, he delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled off. Duggar is wearing a shin guard on his right leg. His shin guard is just below the knee. Where he's fouled it off of is down around the ankle. And he actually did foul it into the piece of that shin guard, but he still has to go for a little walkabout there. It really only helps deflect the blow a little bit. Very, very painful. Here's now the 2-2 pitch coming up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Duggar slowly gets himself back in the batter's box. The umpire is allowing him to take his time, and now we're ready to go back to the action. Melancon rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Duggar has gone down looking for the first out here in the 9th inning. I'm not sure what he was looking at, but it was a fastball right at the knees. A lot of downward taper on that pitch from Melancon. And so 1 up and 1 away, and that brings up the right fielder, Lamont Wade Jr. For Wade Jr. today, he is 1 for 4. He doubled his last time up and knocked a run in. He's also popped to short, popped to second, and struck out. So here comes the first pitch from Melancon. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Melancon gets the sign from his catcher, and he goes back to work, and there's a breaking ball down. And the count is 1-1. And there's no change from the last hitter. This ball has definitely got a lot of bite to it. So Wade Jr. stands in and waits. Here's the pitch from Melancon. It's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. And the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Wade Jr. waits at the plate. Chokes up a little bit on the bat. He's got his top hand really, really loose on the bat. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded through the 4-hole on the right side. And that is going to put Wade Jr. aboard for the 2nd time today. He's got himself a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Darren Ruff. For Ruff today, he is 0 for 4. He's struck out a couple of times. He's lined out to the third baseman, and he's grounded to third. The big fella got the start in left field today. He's got some pop in his stick. He's got 15 homers this year, but they're going to need more than a home run in this situation. They need some more base runners. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The defense is in a traditional defense. They've got the middle infield is in double play depth. And here's the 0-1 to Ruff. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So Melancon was able to retire the first hitter of the inning. And then Lamont Wade Jr. got himself a base hit, and that's where we stand right now. There's 1 away here in the 9th inning. Darren Ruff is the batter. Melancon. Gets the sign from his catcher, Nola, and he's ready to go to work. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It misses down and away. The count is now 2-1. There is a pinch hitter waiting on deck for Chris Pitts. Tyro Estrada has come onto the on-deck circle. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Melancon holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is driven to deep center field. Going back onto the warning track is the center fielder Grisham. He plays the ball off the wall, and that ball is going to be held for a long single. The ball was absolutely scorched to straightaway center field over the head, and Ruff can only get a single out of it. That's going to send the runner, Wade Jr., all the way around to third. And so Ruff has got himself a single. They've got runners on the corners. Let's see what the Giants are going to do. They had Estrada in the on-deck circle, and that's exactly who it is. He's coming in to pinch hit for Chris Bryant. I wonder if something is wrong with Bryant because he's had a good day at the plate. Estrada's hitting .277 on the season. He's got 7 homers and 22 runs batted in. He bats from the right side. Melanson gets the sign from his catcher Nola. The tying run is now on deck. And there is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. This is not a save situation for Melanson. As there was a 4-run lead when he took over here in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's a pitch. It's a breaking ball, and that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 Thairo Estrada. The middles are in double play depth. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Melanson kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on its tap foul. It's past the third base dugout. The count goes to 1-2. Last night's ball game, Estrada deposited a home run down the left field line off of Joe Musgrove. So he's got some pop in the stick. So Melanson ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball down. It gets past the catcher Nola. It skips away. The runner Wade Jr. is going to score on the wild pitch. It's going to advance Darren Ruff to second, and that is going to even the count now to 2-2. And the scoreline is now 7-4. So the Padres are sure making this game a difficult one to close out. The first baseman Brandon Belt is waiting his turn on deck. So that takes the Giants out of a potential double play possibility. So Thairo Estrada is going to see a 2-2 pitch here. Coming set at the belt is Melanson. He checks the runner up at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away over on the first base side. And the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some of the later starts we're already getting into games that are on the East Coast and the evening games that are starting to get ready to get going underway, or have already gotten underway. This game is still in the process of finishing up, and there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Moving in underneath it is the center fielder Grisham. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Estrada for the second out of the inning, and it's going to leave it all up to Brandon Belt. In other action, there are 3 finals. The Cincinnati Reds shut out the Pittsburgh Pirates 1-0. The Oakland Athletics knocked off the Kansas City Royals 7-2, and the Angels beat the White Sox 9-3. Those are finals from around baseball. This game is in the 9th inning with 2-way, and Brandon Belt steps to the plate. Melanson gets the sign from his catcher Nola. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. You certainly don't want to bring the tying run to the plate, and that would be Evan Longoria, who's already homered today. Can make for a real entertaining final inning. This is going to be the 22nd pitch of the inning by Melanson. So here comes the 0-1. It's a breaking ball. Good block by Nola. It squirts away, but he's able to control it in front of him. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Belt. Ruff is the runner at second. He really doesn't mean anything because we have 2 away. They've got to get 3 runs to catch up. So they're not really interested in what he's doing over at second base. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Melanson checks the runner. He delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-1 to Brandon Belt. So as much bite as there is in the breaking ball that Melanson has showed today, the one thing that we don't see is for him to the ability to throw that breaking ball for a strike. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It was more of a cutter that time as it ran in on the hands of the hitter Belt, and now the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out here in the 9th inning. We're ready to go back at it. And now the Padres are moving their shortstop Fernando Tatis over to the right side of second base. So now they've loaded up with 3 fielders to the right side of second. And here comes the 2-2 to Belt. It's a fastball, and it's checked on a swing, and it's tipped into the catcher's mitt, and that is going to retire Belt for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Padres, or for the Giants in their half of the 9th inning, they had 2 runs, they had a couple of hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. And the final score is the San Diego Padres 7, the San Francisco Giants 3, and that is your final score from this ball game today, or San Francisco Giants 4, everybody. They cashed that late run in. Once again, we appreciate you listening to another Last Rounds Baseball video production. We hope you all have a great day. Come on back and see us again tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Athletics and the Los Angeles Angels. Be tomorrow night. Be sure to check our channel. We'll be on doing all the action in that one. Hopefully you can stop on by again. Again, your final score, the San Diego Padres knocking off the San Francisco Giants 7-4. We hope you all have a great night, everybody. Come on back and see us tomorrow. Once again, we appreciate you all being here. Have a great day.